There is a vault that officially does not exist. It's not listed in any defense budget. It's not marked on any satellite map. It's not acknowledged in public records. Yet it is funded continuously. Internal documents refer to it simply as Vault 0, not Vault 1, not Phase 1. As if to suggest something came before everything else. The very first trace of its existence appeared in a classified infrastructure allocation leak, a single line item. VZ expansion. No department signature, no geographic marker. Nothing. Later, independent satellite analysts identified a strange structure in a remote, desolate desert region. There's no visible road access. No public air traffic flies over it. The surface is covered in thick, reinforced plating, with ventilation shafts that descend far deeper than any standard military facility. Thermal imaging revealed a constant, stable internal heat output. This heat is uninterrupted, even during regional power outages. It seems Vault 0 never, ever powers down. An anonymous source, a former contractor, spoke through encrypted channels. He described the descent, multiple clearance layers, each one requiring separate, unique, biometric verification. No personal devices were allowed past the first gate. No digital storage of any kind was permitted. All documentation was on paper, logged upon entry, and then destroyed upon exit. He said the facility is built vertically, not horizontally. Every hallway leads inward, deeper, toward a central chamber. This chamber is circular, windowless, surrounded by rings of observation platforms, all facing the center. He was never allowed on the innermost deck, only the outer rings. He never saw what occupied the heart of the vault, but he described a constant, low-frequency vibration. It was rhythmic, measured. He said it didn't feel mechanical. It felt almost biological. Internal documents, the few that have surfaced, reference something called the Cognitive Containment Protocol. Now, containment usually implies danger, but there were no biological hazard markings anywhere. No radiation warnings, no pathogen controls. Instead, there were charts, stacks of them, all showing neural activity, brainwave patterns. The source was always unlabeled. These readings, these brainwave patterns, they spiked during major global events, economic crashes, natural disasters, even solar storms. It was as if the subject was reacting, or maybe responding. Signal interception analysts once detected strange outbound data bursts originating from that exact desert region. They happened during a period of peak geomagnetic activity. The transmission didn't route through any conventional communication network. It was direct, high energy, extremely short in duration, and there was no identifiable receiving endpoint. It just went out. Vault 0 doesn't resemble a weapons facility. It doesn't look like a bunker. It resembles total isolation. Deep, profound isolation. What's more, excavation permits in the surrounding region have increased year after year. The expansion is always downward. New subterranean layers are constantly being added. We go deeper. Is it to reinforce protection from some outside threat, or is it to prevent something from reaching the surface? A leaked internal phrase appeared once in a procurement contract. It read, Phase Stability Holding. Holding what's stable? Financial allocations for Vault 0 reportedly exceed the combined budgets of several known advanced research installations. Yet, it employs a minimal, almost invisible staff. If it houses personnel, they're temporary. Rotations are short, and the non-disclosure agreements are permanent. Ironclad, last year, an encrypted audio file surfaced online. It was allegedly recorded from within the facility. On it, a faint, distorted voice could be heard repeating long numerical sequences. When Anali said, the numbers corresponded perfectly to global population metrics and atmospheric pressure readings from that exact moment. The voice, it didn't sound human. It sounded filtered, distorted, and unervingly calculated. The file vanished from every platform within hours of being uploaded. Independent analysts who managed to mirror it reported receiving immediate legal notices from anonymous entities. Governments flatly deny the existence of Vault Zero. Journalists who ask questions are redirected to unrelated, publicly known facilities. Freedom of information requests on the topic return empty, stamped with no records found. Yet, the budget lines continue to be funded. The energy consumption remains constant. The thermal output never, ever drops. If Vault Zero is for containment, then whatever is inside is active. If it's for research, then that research is perpetual and ongoing. And if it's neither of those things, then it must be for preservation. Preservation of what? A consciousness, an intelligence, an anomaly the likes of which we can't comprehend. The term zero is what's most haunting. It suggests a baseline, an origin point, a foundation. What if Vault Zero contains something that was discovered decades ago? Something that couldn't be controlled, couldn't be understood, and certainly couldn't be destroyed. So it was isolated, monitored, studied. What if it thinks? What if it learns? And what if it adapts? Those neural charts don't spike randomly. They spike in direct response to world events. And if something inside a sealed box reacts to global events, it means it's aware of them. Which means it's connected, not physically, but informationally. The entire world is its sensor array. There are theories, whispered in the dark corners of the web, that Vault Zero isn't holding something dangerous. It's holding something invaluable. A predictive intelligence, an early form of artificial cognition, developed long before the public disclosure of today's advanced AI systems. An intelligence so powerful it was deemed too unstable to integrate, but too important to shut down. So it was buried, observed, fed a controlled diet of data, allowed to evolve in absolute isolation. But isolation doesn't prevent growth. It concentrates it. If Vault Zero is active, and if it is learning, then the entire world above it becomes its data. Every crisis, every market shift, every conflict, every solar flare. Over time, patterns form. Predictions sharpen, and at some point, containment must become negotiation. Why does it require constant, uninterrupted power? Why does it transmit data during solar events, using them as cover? Why does the excavation continue deeper and deeper each year? Perhaps because whatever's inside isn't finished. It may still be developing, growing, evolving. Tonight, as we speak, Vault Zero remains powered on, hidden beneath layers of reinforced earth and concrete. Monitored, isolated, contained. But containment implies a boundary, and all boundaries, no matter how strong, can eventually fail. This was File 45. If Vault Zero truly exists, then the most important intelligence on Earth may not be in orbit around our planet. It may be deep underground, and it may already be awake. Thanks for watching. If you find these mysteries as fascinating as I do, consider subscribing for more deep dives into the unknown. Stay curious.